there was, yes, question.
You said you're going to Kinshasa on Monday to try to get this program off the ground, and that you want to start in the provinces and build up from the community. I was wondering if you already have identified the communities in which you work, and if you could talk to us a little bit about what those communities are like and why you think that they are good starting points.
Yeah, I think 2 years ago, with the support of the Belgian government, they start the so-called rural development councils at territory level.
Yeah, so you have this sort of equivalent of county,
even below counties.
Even below county.
Because you have province, district, and territories.
Yeah.
So in each territory, you have this rural development council that include 2/3 of the members are from non-government organizations. So, you know, farmers, women organizations, farm organizations, and they decide on everything related to rural development. And since agriculture is really the biggest activity, so it comes down to discussing agriculture. And these councils have been, you know, they cover almost, for now, I think 60–70% of the country. The only problem is, and we did a study in Kinshasa, Baku, and Bandung on how they function and what are their capacity. Because you know, sometimes they want to use them as extension agent. They don't have capacity for that. So we are trying to guide the government on how best to use these structures, local-based structures. And we think if well organized, strengthened, they can be the one to play the role to start the movement from the ground.
I think you had another question, sir.
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't get back to you. But
oh, please, no, the two different kinds of questions. One is about taxes. I don't know if you have, I know here we have taxes. The taxes support things like the land-grant universities, University of Illinois Land-grant University. And they have a responsibility to support agricultural and other activities. Is that the approach that you're looking at with strengthening universities? Is the first question. And the other is, where are you in developmental policy? Because some of the things you're talking about are pretty far-reaching, and is 2015 too early to take a look at what seriously had to change there?
Yes, we do have a tax system, and actually something is going on now. Something that is going on now is even frightening, because 2 weeks ago, they launched the value-added tax, and it's not going well. You know, they shouldn't have done it in this context. You know, it's political unrest, and so it's messy right now. Then how is that funding university? No, very little. I mean, they barely pay for salaries. So the initiative that we are trying we are proposing here is, of course, starting with donors' money to set up, you know, at least to have this 30 master's students, 10 PhDs, and then on the side to have a research think tank that they can, you know, because you have a lot of consulting activities, and donors pay a lot of money. So we say, why don't Congolese tap into that business? But they need to be trained, they need to be equipped so that they can sustain themselves. The idea is really to put together a group of universities, a consortium of universities. And if I think, now that I'm asked to cut it off. I don't know how it will go, but that's the idea, to use some sort of a seed money to start the process and hope that along the way it will self-sustain. The other one was
Policy.
yes. Policy.
Yes.
Oof. I mean, over the years we had all kind of initiative. Presidential initiative for rice, presidential initiative for cassava,
Yes.
but not really a comprehensive policy, comprehensive strategy. So since 2008, we started that process of helping them design policy, helping them set goals, have a vision, step by step. And the last step now is really to come up with an investment plan. Because now we have all the pieces. They know, I hope they know what to do, where do they want to go with agriculture, by province, by crop, maybe for livestock, fisheries. We have now targets for those. Now, how do we get to achieve? What do we do to achieve these targets? So that's what we are working on now. And because you need, unfortunately, to come back to the leadership.
Yeah.
So even if we are done, we'll need someone to run with it. And that's, at least if we can go up to there. And beyond that, there's nothing you can do. I cannot be the Minister of Agriculture. There are things that he has to sign off on. He is the one managing people. I mean, so that's what we.
The whole enterprise is vitiated by lack of good governance of certain people. And when you imagine that whole generation, except perhaps for the first 5 years, was under that kind of leadership, under Mobutu, who doled out money and made autocratic decisions, etc., with little consultation, that's where you want to end up. And people have learned to do that. The sort of the extension corps don't have to be qualified to get a job, as long as I know him. He's going to give me the job, and when he gives me the job, I'll have kickbacks. So, kickbacks is not just limited to Governor Agnew. Is he the late Governor Agnew?
Right.
Yeah. And others, but that back then has become cancerous. I mean, it's a serious problem to such an extent that those of us who are outside and think in terms of development of, quote unquote, our motherland, have a lot of pain. Because when you see it, the capacity, as you demonstrated, this is only one sector. When you think of the others, it's like, what? This is paradise on earth. Why isn't that succeeding? Well,
but as you build from the bottom up, as you say,
yeah.
you're going to build also democratic capacity.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So that's very valuable. And remember, Congo didn't vote Mobutu in. Who did? Who did?
The CIA.
His friends.
Well, and Belgium.
And Belgium.
And who kept him up? Belgium, USA, France.
Yes, the France and
The countries are not to blame.
Okay. So, any more questions?
We should maybe continue the discussion over,
Oh,
we have some food out here too,
Ah.
so.
Well, as you can see, I'm ready to chomp them.
So we'll invite everyone to come out.
One of our, I think it's here we go.
Yes.